Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crochet, a Canadian crochet podcast. I am your hostess, Claudia. If you are new here, welcome. If this is your second or more time back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. I live in southern Alberta, Canada, at the base of the Rocky Mountains, and I love to crochet. How are you guys all doing? I hope you have had a good week since I last chatted, and I hope that the tangents that I got off were not too off-putting for you. I hope I will keep it, I'm not going to say hope, I will keep it definitely more on task today. It is all crochet, all fun, all the time. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And if you could give me a like, that really does help my channel. And I appreciate that you've decided to spend some time with me today. So let's get started. I have a lot going on. I have so many projects on the go right now. I didn't buy any yarn for anything. I'm trying to use up what's in my stash. So you know what? Let's just get into it. I've just got a ton of stuff. It's all on my lap right now. So yeah, let's just get at it, okay? Oh, today I am wearing my wrap. This is not the Atlas one. This is a pattern that I found on Pinterest a long time ago, but I will link my Atlas pattern in the description box below, as well as where you can find the pattern for this lovely freebie, because it's pretty. I credit the yarn to this one, but triangle scarves, totally worth it. They're a great versatile piece. Onto my stuff. So a couple of weeks ago, I said I was going to start a Call the Midwife baby blanket. So I started it, oh gosh, some time ago, and then I forgot to mention it. But I have to back up quite a bit. That much finished. I'm about, I'd say about 2/3 done. I'm going to make this decently long, and then I have to add the border to the edge of it, and then it will be done. This is yarn that I was given by somebody, and it's like the baby weight. It's like, I'd say about a 2. And the base color is white. It's one of these ones that doesn't photograph well because it's all very, very light. So it has very light pink in here, very light blue, very light green, and very light yellow all woven through here. So this is not a straight white blanket. I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up. To me, it just looks white, but like on camera, but in real life. So I will have to go through and do the hair picking and the washing and all of that stuff. So that is ready to go. It should be ready to go in about a week, I think, if I'm working at it at the rate that I am right now. So that is the first thing, and this is what I'm trying to get done first. Next, I forget where I got this yarn. It is, hang on, I will find a ball. I can't remember when I got this. I know it's from Michael's. I just don't remember when I found it, and I was like, yay. It is Cozy Wool Merino, and it is 55% superwash merino and then 45% anti-pilling acrylic. So I have stepped slightly outside of my usual comfort zone with yarn. So this is the label. I'm not making this. And then, so here are the details for that. And 4.5. Is that what I'm using for this? Oh no, that's right. I keep doing this. I keep looking at this one for this pattern instead of this one that's recommended for the yarn. So yes, this one I am using a 4mm hook for. This purple one that's stuck, this purple one. And this is a part of the set that I was talking about last week, but I want to show you something. So it pulls out, and then I have to stuff it back in. That actually really hurts my hand. I usually just stick it on a couch. It's worse when it gets warmed up, see? So then there's the shaft. So yeah, this one's coming, the handle is coming off. I can't find my Susan Bates one, which is why I'm using this one, but it's annoying. Anyway, what am I making with this yarn and this hook? I have started making, I wanted a really open weave shirt for spring/early summer here. And in my notebook, playing around with a pattern thing, I don't even know what I was writing here. So this is sort of my idea that I am going to do, and we'll see how it turns out. I don't usually make patterns like this. I usually just kind of do what I feel like I like, but this time I decided to make the schematic up, so that's what I did. This is very professional, as you can see. I just did it with pen, and I sort of counted, sort of didn't. I know what I want it to look like, and it should hypothetically work out based on what I have written down. But I make changes on the fly, so when I do that, I will just make notes on if they're short notes, I will make them on this side. If they're long notes, I have a whole blank space right here. So I am up to this line right now, which is double crochet, and then I'm doing another double crochet right now. So we'll see how that goes. The sleeves will be the same as the body part and the yoke, all of that. So it's pretty straightforward. But that is what I'm making with this really pretty, this is definitely a blue toned gray. It's very, very pretty. I really, really like it. And this, I like how this yarn is turning out. I can frog it a bit and it doesn't get stuck together like the fluffy stuff that I was talking about, was it last week? Recently? Anyway, yeah, so I recommend this. It's nice. We will see how it washes. That will be another test. Okay, something else I'm working on. Okay. Oh gosh, this was, I want to say November was the last time that I touched this. So if you recall, I had this scarf and I stopped working approximately here on it for some time. And then I did some more of this here quietly and I picked it up again. But I found this because I had it tucked away. Where was it? It was in the car for a while, and where else was it? It was in the basement in its own little bag tucked away on my desk so I wouldn't forget about it, which is the story of my life. I always tuck it away and then forget about it because I think it's safe. So this one is the same pattern as this one, but it's a different yarn. This is this one here. I should be starting on the second ball, and then it will go, so it'll have a thing of black and then this dark gray and then this light gray. Again, we'll finish it off. So I am more than half done this. I do have a recipient in mind. This is just a giveaway because I just wanted to use this. I've had this ball for probably 3 years and I'm not going to do anything else with it, and I would like to use this up and give it to somebody that I know will like it, and I think it's turning out nicely, and I'm really struggling with this yarn. I can only work on it in the daytime. I cannot work on it at night because I can't see anything with it. Maybe I need those light up crochet hooks. Just saying. Yeah, so that's that with this. But yes, it's turning out lovely. It's going to be beautiful. It wraps and it hangs. This one thing about this yarn is it hangs so nicely. Like it's not stiff at all. So I really, really like this. And this will also be machine wash and dry, as long as you don't put Velcro with it. There's that. Why am I finding it? Oh gosh, no, I have something else. Okay, next is this. It is a cotton bobble mat, although I've messed up on this row, so I have to take this out and start again. This is alternating between a black flecked white and it's leaning toward yellow gray. It's not a true gray. It has hints of beige in it. So I'm making this for under our dog's water dish because they play in it and they kind of drool and stuff. And right now I have one of those square foam mat things that you get for kids to play with. We used to use them in our tent when we went camping, but they were just sort of around the house now. Anyway, I have that there and it's really unsightly, so I would like something that's a bit more neutral with it, which this is. This is perfect. And this will be machine and wash and dry, and I won't care if it gets shrunken or ratty or whatever. I am going to put, oh gosh, I'm just over halfway tall with this, but I'm going to put a gray linen stitch border around the edge. So yeah, that's that. That's not that exciting, but yeah, you can see, like, I think I forgot about putting a certain stitch in between because that last row is extremely tight. We'll see. Always can take it out and put it back in, right? So there's that. And then my final thing that I'm working on, I actually haven't touched it for a while. I was watching this British gardening show while I accomplished this, and I was just, I don't know, just sort of doing this. It is the cowl that I have not finished. So I got, where was I last time I chatted with you? Gosh, I think I was here. Oh, right. I was like just right here. That's right. Okay, so I added all of this since last time I showed this to you. And then I decided, I was like, you know what? I want to be able to see this V-stitch. So I changed my mind, instead of doing it like this, and added this in here. And at first I was like, that is ridiculous. It's going to look terrible. And I'm seeing it, when I look up, I often see things differently on camera than I do in real life. So when I'm looking at this now, I actually think that this looks really interesting. So it's roughly the same amount here of these proper V stitches and then this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change not the stitch type but the number again and have something different, and I'll just have sections of different like layout, and I think that that's going to be really, really cool. It's gonna, because yeah, like I looking at it objectively and not just at row by row, looking at it as a piece, I think that will be really, really interesting, and it'll be able to incorporate some different viewpoints. I'm not sure, outside of like blocks and whatnot, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it next. I guess I could do, oh, what do I want? Okay, so what I'm gonna do for the next set, so this is 6 to, no, 8? No, I can't remember. Oh goodness, Claudia, come on. I think this is 6 2 3 1 4 1, one of the two, and then I did that again. And I am going to do even numbers this time. So I think I'm going to do 3 and 3 and 3 and 3 until I reach whatever the width of this is. I'll count all the stitches so I can do it properly. That's what I think I'm going to do next. I think it's going to look nice. So that is my final thing that I am working on. As you can see, I am in one of those places where I am starting a whole bunch of stuff and finishing nothing, which tends to happen this time of year. I'm a little bit antsy. I'm not going to lie. I just feel like I need to get lots of things on the go, so I am ready to hit the ground running when spring arrives, which means this gets shut down, but like the rest of my life gets to go on, if that makes sense. It's really silly. There are, oh my goodness. Okay, so if you follow me on Ravelry, which I love Ravelry, friends, so let's be one. All the details down there. I would love to make a bobble sheep pillow. So I have the stuffing, I have the yarn I want to use, and I have the hooks I want to use, and the pattern that I have put into my queue is for knitting, but I'm going to crochet it because it's not going to be all that different from this. I have a bunch of yarn downstairs that I know I want to use for it, and I'm toying between doing cotton or acrylic. I'm not sure which. I'm definitely leaning toward cotton because of the puppy. We have a few other pillows in the house, and I have some other acrylic yarn things that she has gotten into, is a strong word, but she has loved a little enthusiastically, and she's pulled the fibers, and I feel like it either is going to look way rattier or it's going to look better if she does so with this sheet pillow. So I feel like a cotton is a tiny bit more robust than sort of a fluffy acrylic yarn. That being said, I guess if I didn't want her to chew it up, I could make it out of burlap or jute, but I don't want to buy anything for this. So, you know, we'll see what happens. So that's in my queue. I have lots of things that I want to make. There's socks. There's another shirt that I don't have listed. Oh my goodness, I have so many things on the go, and so many things I want to make. Another thing that I want to make, and this has to do with, I've been going running more recently. That doesn't sound right. I've been going running regularly-ish with the dogs because I firmly landed in the camp that Ember is a dog that is going to need a lot of exercise. It's not that she's bad, but she has a few challenges when it comes to being destructive. So she will just kind of lay and absently chew on things, which is totally a sign of boredom. And I need to exercise them. And it sounds terrible. I don't have time to like walk them for like 10 kilometers. So we'll do a run walk for 5 kilometers. And that seems to be able to give her a sufficient amount of exercise to stop her absent-minded chewing. So we believe she's a shepherd and husky, and then we have no idea what else, because those are not the only 2 things that she is. I'm just looking at her. She's right here right now. She'll be an active breed, and she just absolutely loves going running. Unfortunately, a little bit to a fault. So I'm going to have to not run so much with her, and that we'll have to spend like 20 minutes doing the walking portion of the walk and obeying before we get to do some running. Or that being said, I may have to take the dog separately, which I also kind of don't want to do because that also takes a long time, because Sterling, he is really, really good, and he just like, he knows the commands, he understands left and right, he's really good at that. and he needs exercise as well, not to the same degree. He's good for like about 4K, and then he starts getting a bit tired because he has Rottweiler in him. So that is a good for short bursts. Ember, good for long bursts, let me tell you. Not as fast, but definitely longer. But we will see. We'll see how all of that goes. Anyway, I've been out walking with the dogs, and people see the dogs, and oftentimes they are quite afraid of Sterling because he is Rottweiler, Pit Bull, and Husky cross. So he has a big blocky head. He's got the little eyebrow things like a Rottweiler, and he just has this really, really big face and really big stature. He's quite broad across the shoulders and the back. That being said, he is like, he's my little sweetie baby. I just love him. Anyway, that being said, he doesn't like when people like approach and like get into my personal space. He feels protective of that. So, but still, like, people are, they see him and they're afraid. They're like, oh, he's going to attack. And he wears the dog face halter because he can get excited and he will pull. And we've found that that is one of the more effective things for him to wear. He has a harness to wear, but he knows that we are going hiking if he wears that. And I want him to associate his things with the appropriate task, so that he knows that, you know, we're going on a big adventure if he gets his backpack out. So yeah, so face halter, he knows we're going running. He's really good on my hip. I have a hip belt with an elastic that goes to him that has 2 handles, so that he can't, not that he does, but so he can't like get away. He's not reactive to other dogs or animals or anything like that, but I am extremely, extremely mindful of other people, other animals, bikers, children, that people and dogs don't want somebody else's dog running up into their business, because I don't like that, and he doesn't like that either. He's fine if you want to sniff, but if you have a dog that just, regardless of their demeanor, whether they are aggressive or happy, he doesn't like it when someone just like comes up and gets really close to me when we're out together, which is what I want. That is primarily the reason that I take him, is that he's there for protection. So if someone were to approach me in an aggressive fashion, I know that he would put himself between myself and the assailant, which sounds really like scary, but I don't live in a dangerous area. But I mean, unfortunately, as a woman, you can never be too careful with these kinds of things. And I don't trust like my ability with pepper spray or anything like that. I would rather take him with me because it's twofold. He gets exercise, we get to bond, and he protects me. And I like it like that, which is why he doesn't want people up in my grill. He doesn't want people up in his grill. I am aware of that. So the thing I want to make that pertains to all of this, trust me, I have a point, is I'm not sure if you are aware, but you will see dogs periodically. They'll have like a neckerchief bandana, or they'll have a flag on their leash, and it will be red, it would be yellow, or it would be green. And what this means is like it is showing you in a very clear fashion what this dog's approachability is. And some dogs, like, they may have a red flag on their collar or their leash, and that means like stop, don't approach without asking, that kind of thing, or I'm reactive. That can mean like I'm people reactive, I'm animal reactive, or dog reactive, or anything like that. But it's like the set of lights when you're driving a car. Red means stop. It doesn't mean you can't do anything with this animal, because I've had many times I've been out with the kids and we've seen a dog that has a red collar, and I tell the kids, I'm like, look, or not red collar, red bandana. I say, look, they have a red bandana. That means don't touch, or like, don't bother that dog at all. And people say like, actually, like, my dog in particular is just dog reactive. He really likes people. So would you like to pet him? But it engages you in a meaningful conversation when you're around animals, which I feel some people just don't do. So I would like to train people that while Sterling is not green, he does need a second. He just wants to smell you. That's all he wants. He just wants to smell you or smell your dog, and then he's fine. He's going to have a yellow bandana, and Amber will have a green one, because she could care less who's all up in her grill. She loves cats, she loves dogs, she loves kids, she loves people, she loves everything. Very excited, loves everybody, and I hope to keep it that way because it's very sweet. Although it's hard to run with her because she tries to go and play with the kids. It's cute, but I'm like, ah. Anyway, I'm making that, and then I will have a free pattern to download on Ravelry and my blog, and I will link it in here when it is ready for, what do I have, 5 sizes that I'm planning on making right now for a bandana, and I will have it that you could attach it as a bandana for your dog, or it could be put onto the leash so that it would sort of hang like what are the things on the boats called? They have a name, like the special, like the communication flags that you would have, but that you could attach it at the collar so that people can see what's what. And why is that important? I want people to be aware, and it's important to me that we treat each other with respect and kindness, even when it comes to animals, because yes, I don't let my dog charge up to anybody. They're on leashes at all times. I don't let them run free, because I'm aware that there are other dogs that are dog reactive. There could be wild animals that they would chase and they might not come back. I mean, I hope they would come back, but you never know, right? Sometimes they're gone. Or that there are people that are genuinely, absolutely, unequivocally terrified of dogs, and having a dog approach someone when they're not expecting it or not welcoming it that's just awful. That's not cool. And I don't want to have any part of that. I want my dog respects your boundaries. You respect my dog's boundaries. We all can all have a good time. So when I'm out running with them, I will, yes, I hold them close because of that. Like, and I feel concerned because, like, I wonder if people think like, oh, I think I have to hold them because they're going to attack you. And I'm like, no, it's like they want to sniff you and be annoying. Like, that's the whole thing. But I am aware that you don't necessarily want my dog smelling you, and you might be scared of them. So we don't do that. I don't engage in that kind of behavior. It's not fun. So I hold them close so we can pass nicely, and everybody can continue on their way. That ended up sort of ranty, and I didn't mean it to. I apologize. It's not ranty at all. I don't mean it as a rant. I just mean it to be like, let's be aware and kind and thoughtful, and here is a way to do it, and an easy way to do it. And it can even be a point, if you feel comfortable, it can even be a point of learning, because many times children are out and they will say, oh, why does your dog have that? And then you can be like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Or another thing I was thinking of too is, if you don't want to be bothered at all, is you could make the whole set of 3. So you could have a green flag dog is what I call them. So that's like, ask me to pet, good with everybody, non-reactive with animals, that kind of thing. You could have a green flag dog, but you could just be having a day where you're like, look, like, I don't want to have to deal with any of this. And you could put a red flag on, and I'll just, it should signal to others, like, just give me some space. And you can use your puppy as that, and they're not going to know the difference. Or if you're having a day where you feel like it, but maybe just a little bit, pop on a yellow flag. They haven't taken very long to make up at all. And I think they're cute. They're fun. I'm using a granny stitch because I thought that would be sweet. And they look, I don't know, they're cute. I like them. They don't look like this, in case you're wondering, like, not at all. Although it would be easy to make them like that. No, they don't. They don't look like this. They look differently, but it's good. It's all good. I like it. Also, yes, I realize something is going on here. I'm not like this. I feel like I need to give you a little bit of backstory. So in September, was it 2019? What are we at? No, 2020. September 2020. I have a very dear friend who was diagnosed with cancer, and she started losing her hair after she was doing chemotherapy. And I was like, look, you know what? Like, no big deal. I'll go bald with you. No big deal. Like, it's just hair, it'll grow back. So that's what I did. I shaved my head with my other friend who doesn't have cancer. Her father had cancer, and we decided to raise money that we would shave our heads together. So we raised, I think, $1,200 in just a couple of weeks. Everybody was super, super generous, and it was awesome. So this is the stage of grow out that I'm at here. I'll unclip it and show. So I'm at the point, you've seen it in previous weeks. So it hasn't really changed much, other than it's got a bit longer. So it looks funny like this, let's be honest with here. So it's this long, and I had a plan when I shaved my head. As I said, okay, so I'm going to let it get to a certain length where it's going to easily cover, and even curled, because you know how it gets shorter when it's curled, that it covers up one side. And then I'll just keep the hair on that side and let it grow out. And then when that's grown out, and like keep trimming this. So I'm at the point where I would keep trimming this so it's a bob. Excuse me. And then we would let the hair underneath grow, because it's so unsightly when it gets long, and then shave the side, and then flip it over once it's roughly the same length as this, and then let this side grow out. Well, this is over 2 years of growth now, like this. So I have revised my plan, and I'm going to start wearing it like this, maybe not down, because I feel like it looks funny. And I'm just going to start growing it out. and just go through that hair purgatory. So I'm going to, here, we'll put it back up. It's long enough I can twist into a little thing now. So this, yeah, this is my, I'm probably not going to wear it like this every day. It's just, it needs to be washed now. It's at that point that it does need a wash and probably a little bit of gentle maintenance on it just to keep it looking more tidy while we do the grow out. So that's where I'm at. Probably another 2 years and we'll have a proper bob. We'll see. So yeah, that is the story of that. Just a quick one. We have reached the end of our episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. What are you working on? Are you in a stir crazy mode? Have you got a lot of projects to start or have started or have planned? Let me know. I love to hear about what you guys are working on right now. What are you working on this Wednesday? I just showed you all mine. I have tons. Hopefully I have some of them done for next week. Make for a good episode. Be like, I'm only working on one thing and I finished 5. I wish, right? It's only so many hours in a day. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you haven't already, remember, give me a subscribe, give me a like, and hit the bell to get notified of when I upload episodes. I will see you next time.